What's up, guys? It's Josh here at Jeremy Reacts. We've just finished the first episode of Barry. We are now going to the second episode of Barry, and already the season is off to a whole load of depression. It's really not fun so far. Well, I have to admit, it's a fucking great watch. It's always a great watch. Barry do a very good job at making you want to watch it, I have to admit. But even still, it's kind of like, it's like watching a friend or someone you like just go down the wrong path and keep going down it, and just like they're giving clear signs, change the route, go any route, different route, no, and then they keep going down it. They just keep going down it, and it is depressing to see. So let's get a little more depression and hopefully some little silver linings of happiness in this episode. Maybe just a few. 3, 2, 1. I've got a feeling this season is going to be very, like, kind of, I don't know what word to use, but we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff like this. Like, we're not in the real world. Barry is, like, you know, doing God knows what. Yeah, this is what I was talking about at the end of last season, the last episode. The fact that he knows Barry from very young, and the contrast between knowing Barry as this, just a little kid, to Barry, you know, being what he is now, you know.
Nice to meet you.
And most of that being Fuchs' fault.
Maybe one of these days,
I think Barry needs to do a few things to be able to be healthy. Realize his mistakes, realize Fuchs' mistakes, and just, I don't know.
But that wasn't us. You guys were already in a friend fight.
we have a process in motion of giving you a new life. Why would you turn away from that?
Gentlemen, I don't think I should say anything else without my attorney, Gail Winnick. It's a dick move.
I mean, Fuchs, you've done that same shit like multiple times now.
He's got every right to be, so I want you. Yeah, they're Chechen, but when Raven gets out of here, they're gonna hook him up.
Why is he still referring to himself as the Raven?
No, Raven can't have it, Jason. Need something with more
Yo,
flair.
Fuchs is an actor himself, let's be real. Look at this
I'm
shit.
trying to watch a show.
TV fan, are you? Well, relaxed.
Yeah, I felt honest, relaxed. You know, you weren't.
Bro, I could watch a whole show just of these two morons in fucking jail with each other, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those were good.
You see what he says. Apparently, he's a beast.
Gail. I thought Gail would be a woman. Or is she a woman and Fuchs just assumes she's a guy? That would be a very Fuchs thing to do, I'm not gonna lie. Is this the sand stuff?
Your blood feud. And the only way to do such a thing is by first admitting.
Why is Dave and Buster's always such a big, like, gimmicky thing in America?
See, the Chechens had style.
Like, is Dave and Buster's meant to be actually good, or is it like shit and it's a funny joke?
Had no idea how to distribute, and we were too busy blowing.
To get your friend out of jail? Hank is too good, man. This man is, he is him. He is, yo, Hank is the best friend you could ever have. Bro is doing everything. I don't know what Gene's doing with this guy. I'm guessing this is the reporter that wanted to speak to Gene. I think he's doing too much, and I don't get why he's doing it, to be honest. I don't see why Gene would do this, though. Unless it's purely just for, like, I don't know, attention, I guess.
Oh, is my lawyer?
Oh, jeez. This is going to be heavy, I'm guessing.
Do you really feel safe with me? Sally? Sally?
Barry.
Feel safe with me?
I don't know, man.
Because you are safe with me, Sally. You're always gonna be safe with me. Sally, I love you. Sally, I love you.
I don't think this is good of Sally to do. Nor do I think it was fair.
I love you. And you're always safe with me.
Like, by no means do I think he's wrong in saying that. I think if he was with Sally, he wouldn't... I say he wouldn't hurt her, but when he goes off the rails, like he was with Jean, like if he's got something on his mind that he wants to do...
No.
I think Barry's too far gone. I keep having hope for, like, Barry to be like, I don't know... like have like pathways to getting back to like being somewhat normal. Obviously nowhere near normal, but like Barry normal. But I don't see it happening.
That's what this is all about, man. So, why did we bring...
Protecting said merch, sometimes you need that ace in the hole.
No. Cristobal does not know about this.
Homie's in prison. But you know what we're gonna do? We're going to break him out. Prison Break 2023!
Hank, slow it down, brother. I just hope Hank's shit doesn't get fucked up by Barry. Because I think Barry needs at least some time in that prison to try and fix whatever's going on up here. Although that's probably the worst place to get that shit fixed. I don't know. Because this stuff right here that's happening, I don't know if it's good or bad. Truly, I don't. He's seeing shit, bad. He's just maybe going over his, like, old mistakes or the way that things went in the past. Maybe good. What is this? Is this meant to be like an old Barry and an old Sally? Okay, this definitely isn't good, because now he's just making up possible scenarios, and that's going to get his hopes up for something that is not realistic.
I'm so sorry.
Honestly, I'm surprised Sally's even back here. I mean, I don't see what's left for her here. Because of her mistakes and because of Barry's. Fuck knows what Gene is doing, but Gene's annoying me at this point. But we'll see when he starts saying whatever he's saying will clear it up for me. If Gene's just being like a sociopath, a narcissist more than sociopath, or if he's, I don't know, trying to fix, I don't know.
So, can I interview you now?
I'm gonna tell it to you in the only way I know how.
This is disappointing me in Gene. There's been a lot of progression in Gene's character, I feel. Forced, don't get me wrong, through Barry.
Mister, please, I need to be in the theater. Don't close the theater. Not on my watch, son. Not on my watch.
Is this just gonna be like Gene gassing himself up?
Like most of my students, he was eager, he was dumb. So what did I do?
I have no idea what's going on with Gene. I can't with that. I really can't. That I expected better from Gene.
Audition? I don't do auditions.
No. Everyone knows you're one of the best.
Yeah. Fucking ask me to audition.
I don't know whether Kusanov wore a wire or not, but if he did, they have...
It's like I did it, you know, and then they put my hands behind my back like I was getting cuffed.
Damn.
Was he the shooter?
Billy gangs. I used to be in the network.
You work for an...
Why is Barry giving them up now?
I just got one request.
What's that?
Take someone with him where?
Successfully escaped from
What,
a
into
trap.
like witness
I
protection?
survived a wild pack of
They say he was going to
dogs.
give up Fugues then, so it wouldn't be him. Not Sally.
And there he is.
Barry's still going off the
His
deep end.
arm around my
Fuck.
gra- Just don't say who the actor was or who the director or the writer is, any of those kind of things.
What's Sally going to do with that information? I'm disappointed in Gene there. Not because I think he did anything wrong. I mean, that's his story to tell, but...
Why didn't you tell me about Barry?
Name is.
Okay, first time I think I've laughed properly in the first 2 episodes.
They said he got moved to special housing. But I'm Tomas.
I don't get why Barry's suddenly flipping on these guys, though.
Can't do this.
Unless he's just fixated again on one of his goals, which is to get out of there and be with someone else. I'm guessing Sally, and that's now his drive, and he doesn't care about
We need to be a
the
team.
excess.
It's bad optics.
I'm super on board with this, okay?
Then why are you bringing up Barry?
I thought we could use him. Time to take this.
What's going on with Hank? Hank's...
Hello?
When you're honest, you get fucked.
Fuchs?
Love. Why would you do that?
And now Hank realizes Barry doesn't care about him the same way Hank cares about Barry. The dynamics in the show are crazy. Constantly, each relationship switches on a dime. From full-on love to hate or whatever.
We have to kill Barry.
Ah, man. Why did I have to end there? I was getting into that, man. Fuck. That's crazy. This is all crazy. Fucking hell, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. This show is wild. This show is really wild. Every episode, there is a full-on switch in at least one of the connections between multiple characters. Like, we had Fugues and Barry last time. Fugues and Barry this time. Fugues, Harry and, Harry? I don't know, Harry. Barry and Hank this time. Like, there's so many switches that keep on happening. And I think the biggest thing that's been a mistake here is Sally coming to see Barry, and then what she said when she said, "I feel safe with you," that was a mistake. That is a glimmer of hope in the darkness of what Barry is in right now. And knowing Barry, he's just going to shoot for that. Anything he can do, shoot for that. And because of that, I think that's going to fuck everything up. I don't think that's going to go well at all. So, yeah. It is what it is. It's not. It's a shitty situation. But damn, how many episodes does this season have? Is it 8 again? It's 8 again. So we've got 3 weeks left of this absolute madness, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't like the show has gotten so like complex to a certain point. Really, it's not. It's kind of straightforward. You can see when one thing happens, it's gonna change this. It's gonna change this. That then cascades on and changes other things. That's not really the confusing part for me. The confusing part for me is now trying to predict what certain characters are gonna do. Like, it's mainly Barry. Everyone else is still kind of somewhat predictable to a certain extent. As in, like, you know what their character is like, you know what they'll do. There are certain ones that are a little bit harder to predict, like Fugues, like Gene. They're sometimes harder to kind of like work out what they're gonna do because they're slightly more crazy. Fugues is crazy as in like you've got to be crazy to be like in charge of a guy that kills people and calling yourself the Raven. Jesus Christ. Calling yourself the Raven. You've got to be a little bit crazy to do that. Gene, not crazy in that way, but crazy in a narcissistic way that you don't really know what he's going to do because he's always focused on himself rather than other people. Not all the time, but most of the time. And so because of that, you don't know the decision he's going to make because sometimes it's just wildly like off what a logical decision would be. So that's why that happens. But occasionally when it comes to his son and his family, he makes the correct normal person decision, but that's very rare. So then after that, what else have we got? We have Barry at the top of the pyramid being the most crazy, therefore the most unpredictable. And his decisions are just skewiff. Every time Bro makes a decision, it is wildly crazy. For no reason. Like, he'll get like this, he'll be given this, and it will turn into this. Like, he's pinging, ding, ding, like he's all over the place right now. And it's kind of hard to work out what the fuck he's gonna do. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'd like it. Okay, I'll give my predictions of what I'd like to happen at the end of the season, because I think we know this is our last season now. And then I will give my predictions of what I think will happen at the end of the season. So what I want and what will happen. What I want is, I go through a love-hate relationship with Fuchs. Sometimes I really hate the character because he is a dickhead at times. Truly, he's a dickhead. At other times, I just kind of feel indifferent about him. Like, I mean, like, he's a bad guy, but he's not evil per se. Like, I mean, but I don't know. It's the little bits of stuff like where he's crying about, like, I opened up to Barry and then he's fucked me over again. And I go, yeah, he has. And I do kind of feel bad for you for some reason. I don't know why. But then there's the stuff where he's just a complete dick. So Fuchs, I think I'd like him to be at least in the same position as Barry, if not a worse position. Barry, I'd like him to be somewhere out and about living life, but I will get on to what I think will happen. I'd like it if Barry somehow managed to get away scot-free, fixed his brain, and went off and just did something different, in a different area, away from everything that is going on here. I'd like that, but again, likelihood, not very high. Okay, so then, from there, the rest of the characters, like Gene, at the moment, I'm not happy with Gene, because it seems like he's just, I don't know, like, I get it's his story to tell, but then there's parts of me that agree with Jim Moss, Janice's dad. It's like, why are you making her death into a story for you, and to, like, excel you? Because the way he explained it to, like, the newspaper guy, he was very much, like, bigging himself up and, like, diminishing everyone else. In fairness, that is kind of, you know, it's not horrible to do, but the bigging yourself bit up makes it look bad, as in the story you're telling is someone else's death. So you trying to big yourself up in that is not good. Then from there, what I think will happen, I think I think Gene is going to get caught up with Jim Moss. I think he's going to realize that Fuchs is one telling the thingy, and Gene is one telling the press about the story and stuff, and Jim's going to get mad at him. What he'll do, I don't know. Barry, I think, is going to end up in jail somewhere, and that's where he'll finally come to terms with what he's done, and then he'll just write out his sentence. And Fuchs, I think, will either be dead or in a similar situation to Barry, in jail, just stuck, nothing else to do. You never know. Fuchs and Barry might end up in jail together at the end of the day, and that's it. But I mean, God, the tiny things that can just make Barry do a full switch is crazy. He was good with Fuchs. He was good with the gangs and stuff. Sally comes in, says one word, that gives him a glimmer of hope, and he's off the walls again. So I have no idea what to say on that front. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching my long-ass explanations at times. It's just, I love to deep dive into these kind of stuff. I had a comment on one of my movies way back that has just been commented recently about how I maybe talk a lot. And it's not a reaction, it's just me talking. Well, I apologize if that is the case for some of you and it's not exactly what you're here for. But I like diving deep into the show. I like to kind of like find out, I mean, I don't know. I like to kind of like really dig deep into things that really don't need to be dug deep into. It's just stuff that interests me. Like characters, stories, the reason why the character is a certain way. But hey, that's just me. And I hope you guys do enjoy if you do. As always, guys, let me know if you do enjoy it by dropping a like or a comment. And if you enjoy the content and you'd like more of it, stick around, drop a sub, and join the gang. Anyway, peace.